Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So today in this session, we're going to see only two programs. Okay. So one program is first program is bidding a game. So I will first understand the question, and the same question I will explain, and after that I will code the program in online compiler. Right. Okay. So bidding a game. Bidding game means normally you will bet a game, right? For example, even your friend is playing a game, the game whatever it may be, cards or chess, whatever. Suppose you win means all the bet amount will goes to you. Your friend win means all bet amount will goes to your friend. So this will happens. So you are in a betting game with initial amount rupees 100, sorry rupees 10. So 10 rupees initially you having with you. You having rupees 10 rupees with you, right? If you win the game, you get the betting amount. This is normally happens now. Suppose if you win means you will get the amount, or else you lose the game means the same amount will goes to your friend. The winner will set the bet. After, suppose first for the first level of the game, if you are winning the game means, okay, next level, going for the next level, the bet amount will be decided by you. Okay. So who is winning, that particular person will decide the bet amount for the next level. So this is happens. If you win the game, you always see half of the previous bet. Listen carefully. If you win the game, you always see half of the previous bet. Reduce. So, for example, you're betting 2 rupees for the first level. So, for the first time, you are just winning the game. What you do means you will reduce the half the amount. 2 rupees means you will reduce 1 rupee. Okay, so reduce half of the amount of the particular 2 rupees. Okay, and if you lose means your opponent will set double the previous bet. Okay. For example, your first betting amount you're giving rupees 1 rupee means when you lose the game, so it will happens now when you lose the game, your friend will win automatically, right? And when your friend win the game, your friend will double the amount. For example, 1 rupee means 1 plus 1, 2 rupees. So he or she will double the amount. You are given a string with a series of W and L. W is winning, L is lose the particular game. So representing wins and losses. Print -1 if you cannot continue the game. Suppose you cannot able to continue the game, you have to stop the particular game means you should print -1. If you complete the entire series, print the final amount you have, and the game begins with a bet of rupees 1 rupee. So this particular game is starting with rupees 1 rupee. Okay. I will share this question in chat box. So while explaining the same question in the whiteboard, you can able to understand. So wait, I will explain in the same thing now. I hope the board is visible to you. Suppose the board is not visible, my voice is not audible means intimate me. Bidding game. So the here sum initially see in the question, the sum initially you have rupees 10 rupees with you. Okay, so finally you should find total amount. Okay, so this is given in the question. Okay, so sum initially we having rupees 10 rupees with you. So from the 10 rupees you are taking 1 rupee and betting the particular amount. So this will happens. So you can here input is nothing but this is input. Paste in the chat box now. This is input. Input is WL WL. So how many times WL WL win lose you are giving according to up to the particular last thing, whether it is W or win or lose, up to last the loop will be happens again and again. Okay, so that is the thing. And here you can consider this is you, okay, and this is your friend. Okay, so this is input. 13 times 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. This is the input. So first thing what's happening is here, first the bidding amount is start with rupees 1, right? It's already mentioned in the question itself. But see here one of the main thing is, if your bid amount is rupees 1 rupee means first you are winning, no? Okay, first you are win the game means the same 1 rupee will receive to you, right? So when you win the game, what is the condition given in the question? When you win the game, you should want to reduce the half of the amount from the rupees. So whether it is 1 rupee means it will reduce to half, right? So what you decide now is another condition, whether the rupees more than 1 rupee alone, okay, more than 1 rupee, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, like that means you can reduce the half of the amount. Okay, suppose if your rupees is rupees 1 or less than rupees 1 means you don't want to, you decided don't want to change the particular thing, that is reduce the amount. So this is the condition we are going to do. Wait a minute. First, less than rupees 1 rupee, less than 1 rupee means you decided that don't want to reduce the half of the amount. Greater than 1 rupee means you can reduce the half of the amount. So first bet amount is starting with initially rupees 1 here. Okay, rupees 1. So you're betting to your friend for the game. Okay, first what's happened in the input? It's having W. W means what? Winning. So first you win the game. Win the game means the same 1 rupee will be comes to you. Right, here having 1 rupee. When you win, you should reduce this half of the amount. But I already told another condition is less than 1 rupee means you decided not to reduce the half of the amount. Greater than 1 rupee alone, you ready to reduce the half of the amount. So again with the same 1 rupee coin, rupees 1 rupee, you are just betting the game. Now you lose the game. Right. So now when you lose the game, what is the condition in question? Your friend will double the particular amount. So it's having 1 rupee. 1 rupee plus another 1 rupee. It will turns to 2 rupees. Okay. So this is the meaning doubling the amount. Okay. So this will happen. Now your friend wants to the same 2 rupees taken and bet for the next level. Okay, now win is okay, lose is okay. So the third time you win the game. You win the game. So you receive 2 rupees. The same 2 rupees now, this 2 rupees will come to you. So now you what it's doing is, I already told you less than 1 rupee. 1 rupee means you no need to reduce the half of the amount. But when the rupee is greater than 1 rupee means you ready to reduce the half of the amount of the particular bet amount. So here rupees 2 rupees. 2 rupees means 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 automatically you know rupees 1. Right. This 1 rupee will comes here. Another 1 rupee having no. That particular 1 rupee will goes to the sum. So 10 plus 1 it will turns to 11. Okay, so now what you doing is the same 1 rupee bidding. Okay, now what's happened? You losing the game. Losing. Lose means your friend what's do here? Your friend will double the amount here. Okay. Again, your friend will bid the same amount for the bid game. Now, what's happened here? Now you are winning the game again. You are winning the game means 2 rupees. So 2 minus 1 rupees, 1 rupee will be there. Right. So 1 rupee comes here, another 1 rupee again what? Added to this and it will turns to 12 rupees. Right. Again the same 1 rupee and taken bet. Okay. Again next what happens? Lose. Lose the game. Lose the game means your friend will double the amount. Right. Again the same your friend keep the same 2 rupees for the bet. Right. Again what's happening? Winning the game. Winning the game. Winning the game means 2 rupees will come with you. 1 rupee will for the bet. Another 1 rupee will turn as a 13 sum. Again it will happens. The same 1 rupee will bet here. Again you lose the game. Lose the game means your friend turns to double the game or double the amount. Again your friend keep 2 rupees. Again 2 rupees. 1 rupee is for bet. Another 1 rupee is for the total amount. It will add to the total amount. Okay. So like this it will happens. How many times it will happens? 13 times it will happens. That is according to the input. Okay. According to the input, 13 times it will happens like this. Okay. 13 times means it is in the string series. String series means 0 to 12 times. 0 to this is main condition. Okay. This is very important. Just be careful here. So this is the process in the betting game. Okay. So when we are seeing overview of the game, when you win, you will reduce half of the amount. When your friend wins, your friend will double the amount. This is the main condition. And another condition is when the rupees you having rupees 1 rupee or less than 1, you need not to change the half rupees. When you have more than 1 rupees, the bet amount will reduce minus 1. So like this, the condition will be goes on. So finally, when you are win means added, lose means minus. When win means added, lose means minus. So like this, win lose up to 13 times. So lastly, you will get 17 as your output. Okay, 17 has your output. How many times? 13 times. 13 times you are whenever doing 13 times, you will get 7 rupees. Okay, so this is the process inside the betting game. So this is the program process, and question also, in the question also they give these things only. Okay, so while seeing the question, it is a big scenario, but after reading that, understanding the meaning, it will be easy to code the program. That is very important, because some students will see the question, what's the scenario is very big, how can I do the program, they can think like that. But don't think like that, just understand the process. Okay, first you take a paper and pen and write the process in paper. After that, started to code directly. First itself you started to code means it will work out or not, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so this is the process behind the betting game, right? So understand the process. If you have any doubts in this, you can ask. Okay, I will give 2 minutes just to see the question and see this process. After 2 minutes, we can go to the program. I will code the same program in online compiler. Okay. See, another thing is, if you have any idea what's the logic, by using which thing you can do the program. If you have any idea means, you can share with me. The logic, I just explained the program, right, in the process. So the same process, we have to do the coding part, right? So by which control structure, using which particular thing we have to do this. If you have any idea means, you can tell me. Okay, fine. So we will go to the coding part here. Where it's loading. I will code in Java. Okay, so I think most of the students know Java. See, in each and every programming language, the logic is same. Okay, so you should change the input statements and syntax. So these things are all different. Logic and all same only. For loop means for loop, right? So for loop is same for all, right? Java, C++, C. Python alone it will change. In Python, it's that is totally different. In Python and all, you should want to code the program means you want to know many things. Import java.util.star. So this is the default import statement we will use in Java. Right? Import java.util.star. So semicolon is must here. So at each end of the statement, you should give the semicolon. That is the main thing. And next after this, class name. Inside that, static, static void main. So inside that, see in Java, this public static void main string args, these and all. Public means public. Uh, Whenever you are giving public, so public access, these public, private, protected. So these three are access modifiers. Okay, I hope you know these things. So without the access modifiers, we cannot able to do the program. Public modifiers means in wherever you are calling the particular variable value, that value will be printed. Private means within the particular class. Okay. And protected is also it's same only. Private and protected is similar. It is similar. The similarities inside the characters of private and protected is same. So public alone it will change. So after that we have to get the input here. See, the string adds in string, yes, it should be in capital letter. And scanner, yes, it should be in capital. System.in, yes, it should be in caps. Okay. So you in while typing as a fast, you just leave capital letters, small letter like this means it will be very tough. Okay. Wait a minute. So sorry for the inconvenience. It's the sound is coming from the roadside, so I cannot able to do anything. So this is scanner. In Java and all runtime input you have to get means you should use this statement, scanner statement. Okay. See in Java also we have inside the program itself you should give the value of any variable and you should print means you can do. Suppose you have to get the input from runtime input means you should use this scanner statement. And the next thing we should declare here string str is equal to sc dot next line. See, next line, the difference between next line and next int. Next line means it will take a string input, that is whole line. Okay, next int means integer. Only one value will be taken. This is the difference between next int and next line. Okay. After that, equal to str dot. See, this to-char array is nothing but it is a built-in function in Java. In Java, we have many built-in functions, many methods, many keywords. These things have, right? So to-char array is nothing but it just converting the thing. That's it. And after that, we are having first bit amount. Bit amount is what? The bit amount is starting with rupees 1, no? So bit amount is equal to 1. Then sum initially we have ₹10 and I. Why we are declaring? These are the declaration part. So what? How many variables? What are the variables? What are the variables you going to use inside the program? You should declare before itself. So after this, see, while I'm explaining the process itself, you can able to find by using for loop only. This program will be there, right? So for loop only, the looping statement only have a capability to check again and once again, increment again, it will check the condition again, increment, check the condition until the condition satisfied, it will check again and again, right? So here also we're going to use for loop. I is equal to 0 I less than str dot length. So I start from 0. 0 means first it will take W. In our input we have first W, no? So double it will take. So inside that we should give the if condition here. Then only we can able to check the amount. Check the amount and check the bid amount. And after checking these two, we have to print the total amount. For these things, you should use if condition inside that. When we are having bit amount greater, it's breaking the condition. And that particular thing, S of I. S of I is what? S of 0, right? First letter. That will be equal to this W means some want to be plus here. Sum equal to, wait, equal to. The difference between sum equal to sum plus bit amount, sum plus equal to bit amount. So two statement is equal only, which is comfortable. You can use that particular thing. If bit amount not equal to 1 means by 2 into 2. Same thing in the else sum minus equal to amount. So this is the two condition. Wait, it's something missing. Let's open bracket. Just a minute. So I want to close here. So again, if condition I not equal to str dot length. So this is our print statement. In the print statement and all, the yes, it should be in capital. So I told when you cannot able to continue the game, you should print -1. So here only we going to print -1. And in the else condition, okay, we'll see it's running. Equal to without. Okay, so it's mistake open bracket. This main class is opening, and for loop opening is if break 13. So this open close, okay, this else condition. Now it's correct now. -13 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -1. So if I not equal to str. So 17. Okay. Wait a minute. So this is the program. Okay, so this it will gives the total amount, last total amount 17 rupees. The same program you want to print in each winning and losing. No, one time you are winning, the amount will be added. Again losing, minus. Again you are winning, it will add it. Again losing, minus. So you have to see every amount, means you can add this print statement here, and you can print sum. After the for loop. Now see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will print all the numbers. So when you lose, first initially you have 10 rupees. Again you are winning 11 rupees. Again you are losing 10. Again 2 rupees added. Again 1 rupee. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So these are the numbers you will get. So these are the amount uh, one time every time when you are winning and losing the particular game. So to our betting game expected output, want to print the total sum alone. Okay, so this statement is not no needed. So for understandable, I just added this. That's it. Add this code. See, whenever the particular code is executing, please type the code and see what's the expected output you are getting. Okay, don't just copy and paste this. Okay. So this program, just type on the online compiler and see what is the output you are getting. Okay, definitely the output you have to get 17. Okay, or else you can give any other input, wwwl, wl, wwll, and wlwl. So that's your wish. So whenever you are giving every time input, you will get total sum. The total amount of the bit amount will be different. Okay. So do this program in the online compiler and tell me, suppose if you don't understand, means ask me your doubts. Okay. So after 5 minutes, we can go for the next program. Until you can do and execute and see the process what's happening inside the program. Yeah, I will forget to tell. This is the header import statement. This is the runtime input. Okay, scanner, and these are the declaration part. Okay, here the for loop will be start from 0 up to 12 times. So that is 13 times the loop will be happens here. After that, see here, first starting bit amount is what? Rupees 1 rupees. 1 rupee is greater than what is some initial 10, right? So here the condition will be fails. So the break statement is applied. Again, here s of 0. S of 0 will be always equal to W only, right? Here the condition will be satisfied now. After this, whenever the condition satisfied, okay, you should reduce half of the amount. So this condition it is in the if condition, and in the else condition, suppose you lose the game, means your friend will double the amount. And see in this 26th line, in the 26th line, I not equal to string dot length print minus 1. Okay, so the loop will happen 0 to 12 times. 12 times means 12 not equal to 13. Here its condition satisfied, no. So why it's not printing minus 1? Because again the for loop will increment as a 13. Again it will check 13 less than or equal to 13. Less than 13. And the time only the condition fails and comes here 13 not equal to 13 like this. Okay. So now the condition here is what? False, no? It's 13 equal to, not equal to 13 not. So only automatically we are printing the else condition. Total sum will be printed here. Total bid amount. Okay. So this is the easiest program. I will share this also explanation for the each line. You can refer. So once you execute this program and tell me, we can move to the next program. Okay, fine. So we can move to next program. Here. I hope this program is clear to you. Suppose if you have any doubts, means you can ask me at last. So before going to next program, I'll just explain first what is the process we're going to do. So anyone tell me what is the meaning of recursion? What is the meaning and what is process happens inside the recursion? Anyone tell me? I hope you know all right recursion. Okay. See, recursion is nothing but it is repetition of the process again and again itself. Okay. For example, you stand in the mountain hill and you shouting your name one time. You are shouting your name means the echo will give your name again 2 or 3 times. That is process of recursion. And when the teacher asks to their students understand this program. Understand this topic or not. So the students will say yes, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. So like this, yes, yes, yes. So continuously repeating, no. So that is also one type of recursion, right? So recursion is repeating itself again and again. Okay, repetition process. For example, here return n minus 1. Okay, you can consider n as a 5. Okay, for example, I am telling most of the students know process of recursion, but some don't know, right? So you can revise. So first we will have 5 minus 1, next 4 minus 1, next 3 minus 1, next 2 minus 1, next 1 minus 1. So the process will happens like this. Okay, whenever we are calculating the thing, okay, we should calculate like this. Okay, so here the number will return 0, right? Here the number will return 1, here will number return 2, and here will 3, and here 4. Okay, so it will add all the numbers, these numbers, okay, and the total finally answer it will provide. Okay, so this will happens the process. So here the process is you have to look the process from top to the bottom of the program. So whenever we are calculating the returning numbers, the particular number will be calculated from bottom to the top of the program. So this will happens. Okay, so here the second program, the same process only we going to do here. Wait, I will share. Kunal, so you're telling the definition of when function is called within the same function. See, recursion itself, it's a whenever we are calling the particular function. Okay, so recursion is the process of like that only. We should call that particular function. Right? So inside the main class, we should call the function, and above the main class, you should explain the function. So inside that, whatever the operations you can give, whether it is addition or subtraction or finding the numbers, these things. And here we go. That is second question. Second program is to Children's Day celebration. See, most of the Children's Day celebration will happen at the school level. At school level and all, you celebrate no Children's Day celebration. So whatever the process happens, They will conduct some competition and they will give some prizes like this. So the same thing in the school, what they are doing is, for enhancing book reading, school distributed story books to students as a part of Children's Day celebration. So in the school, they are distributing the story books to students. Okay. To increase the reading habit, to increase their reading habit, the teacher decided to exchange the books every week. See, every week the teacher decided to change their books. Okay. And everyone will have a different book to read. For example, I am giving one book to you means you will read 1 week. Okay. Or 1 month, like that we can have. 1 month you are reading means after 1 month what do? You just leave the book and you will go carry on with the other books. Okay. The habit, the particular reading habit will be forget. Okay. So, but teacher here he had to read again and again. So he decided to exchange the book. So every week you are changing the book means after completion of one book, the next week you are going to read the new book. Okay. So like this it will calculate it. So she wants to know how many possible exchanges are possible. So here how many possible exchanges happening with the 4 students. Here we are having 4 books and 4 students. Okay, 4 books, 4 student means they will exchange. So first week 4 students will read their book. Okay, so from the second week only they will change their books one by one, right? For example, first student will give to the second student, second student will give exchange with the first, and third with fourth, and the fourth exchange with the third. Okay, again first with four, two with three, three with two, four with one. So like this if the exchange will be happens. Okay, so the same thing, another condition is whenever you're giving one book to your friend, the same book you cannot able to give again because he cannot able to read the different books, no? So the same book you can give to different friends. Okay, but same friend you cannot able to give. Right. So 4 books, 4 students. How many possible exchanging is happening within the week? So these are the 9 possible exchanges will happenings for 4 students and 4 books. Okay, 4 students, 4 books, and 6 students, 6 book means like that also it will exchange. Yeah, for 6 students, 6 book means according to the particular exchange it will. But here 9 means 6 means the number will be increasing. Okay, so here B2, B1, B4, B3, then B2, B3. B means book. 4, 1, 2, 3 is student. Okay. So next B2, B3, B4, B1, then B2, B4. So like this, the possible happenings here. And find the number of possible exchange if the books are exchanged so that every student will receive a different book. So these are the constraints they are given. So in each and every program they are giving some constraints means you should follow up the particular thing. Okay. So input here contains one line with n and indicates, okay, this input will indicates the number of books and student. You're giving 4 means 4 number of students, 4 number of books. You're giving 2 means 2 number of books, 2 number of students. You're giving 6 means 6 number of books, 6 number of students. Like this the process will be happens. So that particular number is both indicating both books and students. That is the input here. And output is nothing but you will get how many possibles. 9 means 9, 1 means 1, 4 means 4. Like this the possible will be happens. So here see the output. Output the answer modulo 1, 8, 0. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 807. So this is a big number now. Why they are giving this like big number means the another speciality for this big number is whenever you're modulo with any number, 1 modulo, 2 modulo this big number, 1 modulo this big number, 2 modulo this big number, you will get the same number. The number won't be changed. So only they are giving like this. So according to this, then why ma'am you are giving the same big number means that is a constraint, right? We cannot able to do. So you should give inside the program. So the output, the particular answer want to be modulo with this particular number. Okay, so these are the 2 test cases we have. I will share this question. So see the question carefully and understand first. So here children's day celebration. Okay. So here there is a 4 students. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the exchange is happening like this. First 1 and 2, 2 and 1. Then 3 and 4, 4 and 3. Then 1 and 4, 4 and 1. 2 and 3, 3 and 2. Okay. Then 1 and 3, 3 and 1. And 2 and 4, 4 and 3. So like this the exchange will be happens. Right. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the number of students and number of books. So whatever the number you are giving, that how many possibles happening inside, that possible things will be happens. Okay. I hope the question is clear now. If you have any doubts means you can ask me. So simple question, just read the, you don't think by saying scenario this is a big I can skip that, don't think like that, because 3 codings 180 minutes, you know this, right? 180 minutes you should. So one code half an hour you can take time like that. So you can divide as your convenient. So just divide the time and just do the programs. You just first write the process in one paper. Okay. After that go with the coding part. That will be good. Okay. So that will be helpful. Okay. Now we'll go to the coding here. I hope the compiler screen is visible now. So here first import statement. Okay. Import java dot so next class main. Here only I'm going to give the function name is count. Inside that, if n equal to 1 means return 0. The same thing if n equal to 0 means return 1. So this is our main statement. N minus 1 into count er of n minus 1. Okay, that one too plus with count dr of count n minus 2. Okay, see this number will be modulo with the big number. It in the question itself we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 zeros will be there. Okay. So this is function passing, and after completing this, go for the main class. we going to get the input here, runtime input known as scanner statement. This creating object m is equal to main, it should be in capital letter because online compiler you're just saving main in the caps na. N is equal to c dot. Next here what we have to use here to get input integer, okay, int I, it should be in the capital letter. In last program we used the what, next line, so here we going to use next int. So whenever you are giving 4 input, okay, you will get 9. N minus 2. Whenever you are giving input as 2, it will gives 1. Okay, so these are the possible exchange. So here this is the main thing for us. Okay, and these are why these condition is, suppose the n value means what, 4, no, 4 equal to 1 means return 0, 4 equal to 0 means return 1, 4 equal to 2 means return 1. So these three will won't satisfy it, so directly it's come to this. So here in the first n equal to 1, no, here this is number of books and students. Okay, so 0 means no exchange is happening here. Okay, nothing, no exchange is happening. And here what happen is, wait, I will first share this code and I will explain to you. So here return statement. So I already told you the n equal to, for example, why it's if statement means the particular number you are getting, no, 2. Okay, so whenever you having 2 books, okay, so directly it will return 1. Okay, so for that only the if 3 if condition. After that the big if condition has a return statement having no n minus 1, that is n minus 1, then count of n minus 1, that will be happens here 4 minus 1. Okay, first 3 into 3. Okay, then 3 minus 1 2 into 2, then 2 minus 1 1 into 1. So whenever we are just moduling, no, the particular number, the big number here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we will get the same thing. So here it will returns 1, it will returns 2, it will returns 3. Okay, so here 3 into 9. Okay, so the same thing whenever you are giving number of books to, directly in the, I think, third if condition, if n equal to 2 means directly you can return 1. Okay, so for whenever you are giving 2, it will directly it will return 1 as the output for you. It won't comes here. Okay. So whenever the not in the if condition itself, the number is not equal to 0, 1, 2 means it directly comes to this thing. Okay. So this is the process, recursion process. So recursion is happening top to down, and you have to calculate the particular number from bottom to the top of the program. So this clear na, this program? If you have any doubts here till now. And don't ask me why ma'am you're using this big number for modulo for this thing. Okay. Why it is? Because they are given the condition like this, constraints. According to that we should do. So up to this, if you have any doubts, you can ask me.